What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfire's major shakeup in the hierarchy over at Marvel Studios, and it was only a matter of time before this happened. As I've explained over the last 10 years, you don't have people sit at vice president positions, kill it as hard as they have, and then not look for some sort of upward promotion. And it seems Marvel Studios has found a way to do that under President Kevin Feige, who, at least up until this moment of reporting, is not going anywhere, promoting those underneath him to president from vice president. It's already happened once already, sort of this year. Yesterday, a huge announcement regarding Victoria Alonso, someone who has been there since the beginning throughout the Infinity Saga, now taking a president's role. We're going to break down exactly what came via this report, what she'll be in charge of, and why this really means nothing too much for Kevin Feige. You don't have to look to him stepping down or moving out of the way anytime soon. I said that the writing was on the wall for this happening, and sooner than later, we'll break everything down. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're still giving away weekly Disney Plus subscriptions to PlayStation 5s, a ton of stuff. We also do daily Marvel content every day. So if that sort of thing's for you, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So breaking in the last 24 hours, this being reported via the Wrap and now multiple sources, quote, Marvel Studios promotes Victoria Alonso to president of production. Alonso will also oversee physical, post, VFX, and animation production for Marvel as well. And they go on to report, quote, Marvel Studios announced on Monday that it has promoted Victoria Alonso, longtime EVP of film production, to president of physical and post-production, visual effects, and animation production. As part of her new position, Alonso's responsibilities will expand to include overseeing all aspects of VFX, animation, and post-production for all of Marvel's feature films and Disney Plus productions. She will continue to serve as executive producer on all MCU titles and report to studio co-president Luis D. Esposito. Victoria has been an incredible partner and part of our team since the very first Iron Man. D'Esposito, who she'll now be reporting to, said in a statement with Marvel Studios, President Kevin Feige, she is one of the most dynamic, candid, and accessible executives in the industry, and we're thrilled that she'll continue to be by our side in this elevated role as we lead Marvel Studios into the future. They then go on to mention that Alonso first served as EVP, that's Executive Vice President of Visual Effects and Post-Production, when she joined in 2006, becoming a co-producer on Iron Man in 2008, and then starting with the Avengers in 2012, she became an executive producer, and this year earned her first Emmy nomination as a producer for Marvel's Disney Plus WandaVision. Now, it's important to notice she's reporting to a vice president in D'Esposito, who to me would be the natural succession point, the person behind Kevin Feige to take that role. But just because she's getting this new presidentship with a new title doesn't mean that Kevin Feige, the engineer and mastermind behind the MCU, is going anywhere. To me, this is what this means. These are people who have been on the scene for a long time throughout the Infinity Saga and have been doing a great job. And you don't stick around at a company for more than a decade without getting two things, one of which is a raise, the second of which is a title. If you have any friends who have been working in the corporate structure or for a company, they're always talking about that next title or their raise. They've just been there so long at this point, and if you're a VP, where do you have to go from there? Well, up to presidentship. It doesn't mean that really her scope and role changes too much in the day-to-day. That's something that gradually happens with projects over time, the way it's happened at Marvel Studios, and she's not someone brand new from the outside they've hired in, rather someone who's been the architect alongside the same people who are already there and now being promoted in that role to continue doing what she's already doing. We heard something along these lines with an appointment of Brad Winderbaum earlier this year to head of Marvel Television. It's just people who have been at the company getting promotions. Now, you're going to see the normal drama ensue at certain places, and I was waiting for this to sort of creep into Marvel. There is a group of people who cry quite a bit when the people that they don't think should be in charge of their favorite characters end up in charge, and we saw this a ton with another Disney franchise in Star Wars. However, I think you should take each project on its merit, and if anything, Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige and his team have definitely earned a lot of what you can call the benefit of the doubt and leeway with all of the success they've had up until now. And if you went and saw Shang-Chi, to me, that's the same good old Marvel that I expect. So there's really not a change coming. There's not a sea change in the sort of philosophy or ideals over at Marvel Studios. But because I've mentioned this, and what happened this morning and what caused me to say that was I opened up my Instagram feed and saw some posts from some certain people sort of aiming what I wouldn't call hate, but sort of distrust at Victoria Alonso, sort of along the lines with how some of the fan base treated Kathleen Kennedy. Guys, do you have any idea how hard it is to make a movie? I mean, a very small percentage of people who watch this channel will have any idea what it's like behind or in front of the camera, but specifically behind the camera, and I'm not talking about the director and on-set people executing an idea. What sort of planning in a room and how many hands go into stuff like this? She's been promoted to president of the VFX because just the VFX alone are more than, seriously, any of us can possibly fathom. Look, I'm in the music industry. I also do my YouTube channel. A majority of my best friends work behind the cameras. We're talking about DDPs, digital directors of photography, ADs, assistant directors. I know firsthand from listening to them just how impossible it is to get a film made. I cry when I've got to work with 1 or 2 producers and maybe a recording engineer, maybe a co-writer. And we're talking about a lot of one-on-ones, maybe 3 or 4 people tops going into a project. And some of my songs, it's literally just me and a producer. I go record the parts and we make a song together. Even that can take a month or 2. And these guys are turning out 2+ hour VFX films, some of the best of which we've ever seen for the characters that we love and have been killing it for years. Except someone's name pops up now with the presidentship and all of a sudden people want to question that. May I remind you that if you have ever cheered for the Avengers, if you liked Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, most of the films in the Infinity Saga, WandaVision, if you liked any of this, you have cheered for Victoria Alonso's work. She has been in the hierarchy of the team over at Marvel Studios for a long time, and all of this success, everything we've enjoyed of Marvel Studios belongs to her as much as anyone else over there. A lot of the shine gets given to Kevin Feige, but he is one man of an army to get this stuff done. So, if you're out there on the internet today and you start reading things one way or another, people who want to, talk shit because that's what people do, just remember a lot of them are keyboard warriors. And while 1 in 100 may have merit or they may have a reason, just jumping on a bandwagon and bashing someone you've never heard of before just because you've never heard of them makes 0 sense. She's been there the whole time. All of the success is hers as well. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. And quickly, of course, we still will be doing a watch party tonight. I apologize last week. I had explained to some of you as you were DMing me, I had a migraine throughout the weekend. It actually had started to wear off by Tuesday, but I don't sleep when I have a migraine. So when the migraine finally goes away, I have to go to bed. That was the case with last week's watch party. We definitely will be in full force tonight. I feel great. So I will see you 3 a.m., 12 Pacific if you're staying up to watch What If. The giveaway stuff, we're still giving away multiple PlayStations, subscriptions, all sorts of stuff. All you have to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. This is Everything Always. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, and Apple under the name All Fires with original music, including the 2 songs you hear in the background of this video. Thanks so much for checking out the video, guys. I'll see you tonight for the What If watch party.